France, the UK, and Germany just dropped a bomb on Donald Trump, and it's just as big as the bunker buster Trump dropped on Iran. Tired of Trump's incompetence, the three nuclear powers have decided to strike out on their own to keep the world safe. I'm going to break open the details of what the three nations have done in unison because let's face it, who can blame them for going out on their own for anything? Trump is way too busy crashing the World Cup and then holding on to the actual trophy, like he won it, to engage in international diplomacy. And for sure, it's difficult to say which is worse. Trump too distracted to engage in foreign policy and thereby leaving it up to the professionals, or Trump getting engaged and bungling everything through sheer incompetence. I mean, come on. We're talking about the guy that Putin has played like a fiddle for years now. Remember this?
But I am very disappointed with President Putin. I thought he was somebody that meant what he said, and he'll talk so beautifully, and then he'll bomb people at night. We don't like that.
And then the follow-up?
Mr. President, what was the tipping point for you in making this decision? Was it a conversation with President Putin? Was it a piece of intelligence? And why are you giving 50 more days?
I think it's a very short period of time. I think, don't forget, I've just really been involved in this for not very long. And it wasn't initial focus. This is a Biden war. This is a Democrat war, not a Republican or Trump war.
Yeah, a 50-day deadline. Putin must be wetting himself with laughter. And then even when Mr. Art of the Deal doesn't engage personally, he sends his incompetent friends in to do just that. Try and cut a deal. And here the poster boy is Trump's handpicked special envoy, Steve Witkoff, the real estate tycoon who is so inept, he accepted an unencrypted signal chat while in the Kremlin. Witkoff is emblematic of the world of real estate tycoons. These guys always think they're the smartest guy in the room just because they swing big financing and enormous building projects. What they fail to see is that there's actually not that many people in the room, so they are nowhere near as smart as they think they are. And worse, if they do find themselves in international diplomacy, they are too arrogant to see that they are not even remotely in the same league with trained diplomatic negotiators. But then they actually think they are smarter. I have no doubt that Witkoff has been dealing with Iran and saying stupid shit things like, we could build a lot of 5-star high-rise hotels here. And the thing is, after suffering through one Trump administration and now seeing that his dementia is even worse, France, the UK, and Germany now clearly understand what's at stake here. Now the paradigm is we have to take the lead and get things done before the maniac can screw it up. And that is precisely what the three countries have done with respect to Iran. In his first term as president, Trump went on a narcissistic binge and tore up everything Obama did. One of the things he tore up was the nuclear deal with Iran, which, to no surprise, has brought us to the brink of where we are now. Trump said the deal wasn't strong enough, but then typical of Trump, he didn't negotiate a stronger one. Instead, he just got laughed at. So now, France, the UK, and Germany are working on a nuclear deal with Iran and leaving Trump right out of it. The genius of their move, however, is by using the threat of enforcing the old deal to get Iran back to the table. The AP is reporting that the United Kingdom, France, and Germany have agreed to restore tough UN sanctions on Iran by the end of August if there has been no concrete progress on a nuclear deal. They're also reporting that the three countries' ambassadors to the United Nations met Tuesday at Germany's UN mission to discuss a possible Iranian deal and reimposing the sanctions. So you might be thinking, wait, if Trump tore up the deal in 2017, how can they reimpose sanctions? Well, that's the beauty of the plan. As the AP reports, the original deal with Iran contains a snapback provision that allows one of the Western parties to reimpose UN sanctions if Tehran does not comply with its requirements. And what that means is that either Germany, France, or the UK could call for reimposing sanctions, but instead, now all three will be calling for it. In doing so, they create a powerful voice that Iran will have to respect. But they also send a shockwave signal to the United States. We don't need you, so just stay out of the way. Take your high-rises and your hotels and build them in Oman. That part became clear when French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot released a statement saying, "With regard to Iran, there is a priority of resuming negotiations to establish a long-term framework for Iran's nuclear program. Without a verifiable commitment from Iran by the end of August at the latest, France, Germany, and the UK will be justified in reapplying the UN sanctions, snapbacks, that were lifted 10 years ago." Translation: we no longer respect what that idiot Trump did in 2017. For us, the treaty still holds, and we will enforce it, with or without Mango Mussolini. So the 3 European countries were nice enough to loop Marco Rubio into their decision, but the message still comes through loud and clear. We are done dealing with the man-baby you call president. We'll check back in when you get a real leader. Until then, we're on our own. One thing is for sure, though, Trump will no doubt take the credit, and if there's a trophy, he'll take that too. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.